My name's Byron Chapman. I'm the mayor of the city of Middletown, have been the mayor out here for 22 years. And I'm glad to be here to discuss the Kentucky Wounded Heroes and what they mean to myself personally and also to what they mean to the city. I guess I first met Chuck back in 2015, 2016, because I inquired a little bit about Kentucky Wounded Heroes and what they stand for and mean. And Chuck talked to me and told me what they did and what the programs they have. And I think one thing that stuck out with me at that point quite a bit was Chuck said, if you expect to get paid, don't come here, because this is all volunteer. And that means a lot. And as time progressed along, about 2018, I guess, the Kentucky Wounded Heroes had to move their office. And we have a spot open, and I told Chuck that I'm pleased to have the Kentucky Wounded Heroes here. And so it's got the address of the city of Middletown, and it's an organization that I personally and I know the city supports as well. Moving forward, we'll continue to provide services that we need for the program. I myself am a veteran. I started my military service, if you would, back when I turned 21 in the Republic of Vietnam. I was newly married, been married a couple of years, and went in the Army and was sent to Vietnam after my basic down in Fort Campbell. When I was in Vietnam, majority of my time I served with the 20th Engineers, Combat Engineer Group, over in Vietnam, kind of down in the Southern Corps. I won't say I had a good time, but it's an experience I would not want to give up. But I was very fortunate to go through that year with my wife at home, and so yeah, it was all of those things that you read about. But it was a good experience. With the 20th Engineers, we did runways. Built some bases, but most of the time it was out in the bush building runways and clearing lands for runways is what I did for about a year over there. And then, of course, came back, got out of service, had a couple children, and moved forward. And then some few years later, the United States Coast Guard contacted me, and I flew air support for the Coast Guard for, 22 years. Here in the United States, my area of responsibility was basically from the Ohio River down to the Gulf, and from the Mississippi over to the Atlantic as flying support for aircraft, and got a chance there to meet some of the finest young men and women that this nation has to offer. And I'm still very, very active. Anything I can do to help veterans, I'm ready to do that. The Kentucky Wounded Heroes, talking a little bit about that, I know the programs that they do is varied from hunting to fishing, but I think the thing that I've seen, and I've worked with a couple of other veterans groups as well, but it's that group getting together and having somebody that you can talk to. I know some of the programs I've gone on hunts, you can see kind of a standoffish, cold, not know anybody when you first get there on, say, a Friday, but by the time they leave, the end of the weekend on a Sunday, there's a friendship, and that's one of the things that makes this program work so well. Not only for that aspect of it, but just to get together even after the fact to have a friend, to have somebody that's been there, done that, and can be able to relate. I know for a fact, if you would, the Kentucky Wounded Heroes through their leadership do a lot more than hunting and fishing. If a person needs help with any other things in his life, be it financial or just that support, they're there. So I think that in itself, with the programs, is one reason that I support the Kentucky Wounded Heroes, and the city will, and we'll continue to do what we can to make it even better than it is. I would encourage organizations, if they want to support a group that's legit, that's real, that's positive, that does a lot of good work and a lot of good results, Kentucky Wounded Heroes is a place to go. I encourage anyone that wants to get more information about Kentucky Wounded Heroes to go to their website, KentuckyWoundedHeroes.net. You can find out the operations, what they're doing, where to donate, how to help, how to be a part of this fantastic organization.